Check one, two, the bros are here. Talking soccer, sipping root beer. From the stands to the pitch to your ears tonight. They break it down, no fluff, no gloss. Goals and misses, they count the cost. Laugh aloud while they analyze the fight. RSL bros, they're running the show. Kicking it live where the fans all go. From the mountains high to the valley low. RSL bros, they're in the know.
RSL Nation! What's up, guys?
What's up?
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
This episode is brought to you by us probably fangirling for the next half hour. I don't know how you guys probably didn't go online, but I went online for the rest of my family. I had to. I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. Guys, we're talking about, obviously, the Messi tickets. We technically shouldn't be calling them Messi tickets, though, because it's really Miami. RSL tickets to play against Miami. But we're going to talk about the hype that is the announcement, because I think a lot of us had... Did you really?
I did call it.
I
And Marcos did
was like,
too, but
I did too.
I called it like half an hour before they announced it.
Fine, whatever. Anyway, yes, you did. But we're going to talk about the hype, because really, there's a lot of hype behind this. And a lot of, actually, doesn't surprise me, though, there's a lot of negativity behind it. We're going to talk about that as well.
Very much so.
I don't know if it's because they're just Messi haters overall, all-star haters. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it all. We're also going to get into other bits of news. Huge changes since the last time we recorded. The MLS schedule.
The schedule, yep.
Mixed feelings still.
You're still mixed feelings? All right, we'll talk through your feelings. I promise. And you probably share feelings with a lot of other people out there. So, after that, we're going to get actually into a little bit of our initial thoughts of the RSL schedule. Because they announced the Miami game, they announced the rest of the schedule as well. We can't discriminate one game because there's a lot of other games that are really good. So, also with the MLS changes, there is a other big change.
Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead.
That's a very good title to that section. Our good friend Gondarber is going to be bye.
Oh.
We're going to talk about that. Really, this is just barely announced as of a couple days ago, so we have no details, but we're going to give our thoughts. Why not? Because that's what we do here. So, all right, without further ado, let's just dive into this Messi thing, because let's just get this over with. Everyone is talking about it right now. In fact, there's probably some of you that are still getting online, trying to get tickets.
I was like, yes, still on the wait list, probably.
Probably figuring out how to sell your tickets. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on. But Christian, give me your initial reaction when we heard about this Miami game.
Massive. Huge. Honestly, it's exciting. They're outside of Messi, they're an exciting team. They're a great team. And it's going to be the first time coming to America First Field.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I'll get my feelings in just a second. Marcos, what are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, for all the Messi haters, Ronaldo fans, like, put those aside. But this is the biggest game in RSL history. Yes, we had Real Madrid come first season, but this is second to that. Like, this is humongous. Yes, we had Sun this season come, but that was still a good game. But this is leaps and bounds above that, because this is huge. This is humongous.
Yeah. I want to maybe walk through this because there's a lot of different levels and different conversations coming out of just this. One of them being obviously tickets. How is this being worked out? Who's being disadvantaged? Who is getting the advantage out of this? Let's talk through that first. So, tickets. What? You're going to say something?
Yeah, no, I want to give my thoughts on I
Yeah,
think a lot of people's reactions are gut reactions. RSL's actually approaching this in a very, very sensible way. Without knowing
Mhm.
pricing, RSL's approaching this in a very, very sensible way. And they've been very clear about it several times on their social media where they're saying, hey, if you're a season ticket holder, you've got your seats for this game. Everybody else, we're going to give priority to those who buy packages. And
Yeah.
then if there are seats left over, then we'll release individual seats. It kind of
And
makes sense from a business standpoint.
I really appreciate them doing that because I'm like, you can't
Agreed.
just buy one ticket. You got to buy a bunch. And then
yeah,
from there, if you want to go sell them, sure, go do that.
yeah, and I
It
appreciate
stops
that.
scalpers too, which is great.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I appreciate the whatchamacallit, the season ticket holder appreciation, we'll call it, saying that you guys already have your ticket, you're fine. I think
Mhm.
we've heard of other stadiums say, guess what, season ticket holders, you have to buy an extra because we're actually going to move stadiums. Or they give some kind of caveat nuance, they have to jump hurdles for something. Yeah, I think fans should appreciate that. If you don't really, I mean,
A- And I'm really glad that RSL is doing this game here at America First, where we see other teams where they go play at bigger stadiums, bigger venues. No, I like that they are playing at their home field.
Our house.
This is our house. This is how there's no reason to go to Rice Eccles or anywhere. No, this is the place that we should be playing at.
yeah, absolutely true. Even if we were just gonna go to Rice Eccles, I don't think that's even in the realm of possibilities from the people that we've spoken to, at least. It's never been a possibility. In fact, last year, when was it last year, 2024, when we supposedly had the opportunity to go to the U.S. Open Cup final. Remember that was the huge hype that if we won, got to the final, and Inter Miami would have won, which they did. We would have hosted the
Correct.
final. And back
Hmm.
then, they said the game was going to be played at AFF no matter what. So,
Yep.
um, having it played at AFF is absolutely incredible. The only crappy part is the amount of seating.
Yeah, yeah.
It is going to be prime
Um,
time seating.
Obviously for me when it comes to this game, there's pros and cons. Pro obviously seeing the best player of the world come. But for me, the con is what we saw when we had Sun come with LAFC. You get those fake Utah soccer fans that are going to come for that one game this entire season, and then they're MIA the rest of the season. It's awesome that we're going to get butts and seats on this April 22nd game, but I want that same fandom for the rest of the season from these fans, not just that one night.
But that's what the season ticket priority and the package priority helps avoid. I mean,
Right.
perfect prudence to the club for planning for this.
Yeah.
We're still going to get those fair weather fans. This is Utah. We're
True,
full of fair
true.
weather fans.
um, yeah, that's exactly the case. I think they're trying to avoid the quote unquote fair weather fan, but maybe to that point, the opposite side of it is you get them in the door, and what if RSL plays really well? What if we win?
Possible.
And that sparks, you know what? Hey, guess what? They just beat a really good team plus the greatest player of all time.
And obviously, there is a possibility that he could not even be playing for this game because
Shut
you
up,
look.
shut up, shut up. I don't even want to
No,
entertain that idea.
just hear me out. That Saturday they go play at Colorado. Wednesday they come here. So we are that midweek game because Miami then plays on the weekend. So they could be using this as a throwaway game in a sense.
It depends who's the better team at that point.
Obviously, yeah, true
Which
that.
honestly, on paper, even now, RSL's still the better team than the Crapids.
And then I guess on that line of thinking, I've heard of both sides. I've heard of it's the same argument, but two different sides because the World Cup is 2 months before, 2 months later.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
People are saying the one side, Messi doesn't want to get injured. He doesn't want to do anything, whatever. And so 3 games in 7 days, he might sit one of those games. Okay. But you get the other side of the argument saying everyone thinks that Messi wants to be in tip top shape for the World Cup. So he's going to be playing every game. So that way he's ready for the World Cup. You decide. I'm obviously going to go with the latter. I'm going to go with the fact that Messi wants to get ready and play. Um, I hope he doesn't disappoint me. I say me because I would love to see him, I guess, again. All of us, in fact, we've all seen Messi play. But I would love to see him because the feeling of him being in my home is, I don't think it will be comparable to anything else,
And
soccer
I
wise.
think I was gonna say, if anything, he'll get a minutes restriction, but probably off the bench.
I hope so.
That's fair.
Now,
And
what
maybe
I
we can interview him afterwards.
oh, shut up, that'd be awesome.
Ah, ah, ah.
That'd be so awesome. But um, I I'm hoping that there's actually going to be some kind of like open practice available where like the day before they allow people to come into the state. Can you imagine like the stadium filling up just for practice? I mean, they did
But
that.
you know, besides Messi, we get the return of Javi coming back to Utah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
huge.
That's
We
that's
love Javi.
that's bigger than Messi.
We get
Bigger than
Javi.
Messi.
Like, well, I don't see Messi's name retired up here. We get Javi.
It's true.
That I mean, it's true. And then obviously there's also the other players from
DePaul,
Miami.
DePaul, and yeah.
Whatever. No,
DePaul, Luis
but
Suarez, maybe Neymar at that point.
oh, that'd be
Maybe
crazy,
maybe Griezmann.
bro. Can you imagine? That's
Rumor
nuts.
mill spills like
R-
crazy.
rumor mills. But guys, let's go back a little bit. I want to take a couple steps back. When the announcement, the video came out yesterday, with just
There was
Vlad holding it, but
so many things swirling in people's heads. What it possibly
I
could be.
I thought it was the kid announcement. I really did.
the kid announcement.
The
Kit.
Oh,
jersey.
Kit. I was like, what kid?
I mean, there was a kid.
No,
Go.
for me, I first the initial thought, I thought it was Kyle Beckerman because we see the bag. I was like thinking fishing stuff. That's what Kyle is known for.
That was
Maybe
it was a bag of wood. It wasn't a fishing
I don't
anything.
know. Kyle's known for being in the outdoors, so I was like, oh, maybe he's meeting up with Kyle up there.
And Marcos doesn't go outside, so he can see the.
Marcos sees a bag of wood. Oh, he's going fishing. I've seen that before.
I've played Minecraft.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so we thought it was the kit. We thought it was Kyle. Heck, I don't even know why. I don't know what outdoors had to do with it, but I was like, maybe it's a stadium modification. Maybe they're in like
Mm,
maybe they're
yeah.
gonna roof the whole stadium. I don't know. But
The AFF Dome.
Ooh, the Superdome.
well,
That actually
especially
flows really nicely too.
AFF Dome.
Yeah, the AFF Dome.
The the AF Dome. AF Dome. Oh. Anyways, um so I don't know about you guys. I'm fangirling because obviously we love Messi, and this whole announcement just look. This sounds really corny, and I'm just gonna say it. But I started thinking, what if I do get the chance to be inside the stadium, and I get to see Messi? I started getting a little teary eyed. Not gonna lie, I didn't shed a tear, but I started getting emotional. It's an emotional time. Not gonna lie. So
Yeah, this is gonna be an exciting game. Like the rest of the schedule is amazing, but this one, April 22nd, fantastic day,
But
yes.
we've got other massive games on the schedule. Like,
and some weird times. I don't know if you guys saw the times for a lot of these home games for RSL.
Let's go
They're
over it.
kind of wonky. They're
Let's
kind of
go.
wonky. So
there's only two that I see that are wonky, but I think it's still worth
so
talking about.
first game of the season, we're on the road at Vancouver against Mueller. So RSL's first time going against Mueller. So that's gonna be a heavy test to start the season. And then for the third year in a row, going against Seattle
In our home
to start
opener.
home opener. So that's fantastic. That's some good luck right there.
Well, what's our record the past 3 years? Have we won every single one of them?
Yep.
We won twice.
Yep, we're Seattle's daddy at home.
Heck yeah, I like
And
that.
that
Well,
it's a
you take a look.
5:30 time. That's what I was saying instead of that normal 7:30.
Steve Cherundolo complained enough that they don't play in Salt Lake until September. So,
But wait, isn't Dolo out of a contract now? Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
so
He's stepping down.
he can go cry somewhere else. Um, another thing another thing that I wanted to highlight here is that the season, I obviously due to
The World Cup. Yeah.
World Cup season ends November 7th.
woo, it's a
I
long
w-
season.
I wonder and I didn't think about this until just now. I wonder if we're gonna see a playoff change.
Shorten.
Again?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I
Because
mean,
if you look at it, because
Yeah,
November
no, it makes
November,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
but we
But
also don't have I don't think there's an international window in November because of the World
no,
Cup.
I was gonna say there's a big one in June and July.
Yeah, they do a 2 month a two
It's
month
like
pause.
the international window.
But do you guys think that the playoffs could change?
I believe so. I think it's going to just be a one leg. I could see just a one leg.
Oh, a
Single
one
elimination.
gamer?
How it should be. But
I
Yeah,
mean,
because
that's
it's going to
crazy.
be just a 1 month playoff.
Yeah. So that's one to keep an eye on because late season. Um and I think finally we haven't ended the season on a home game for I feel like a couple of seasons. But
and decision day at home against LA. Man, I'd
that's
love
that's
late
crazy.
LA for us.
Yeah.
Something that's really exciting. We get one national televised game at home this season, which is huge. May 2nd against Portland, 2:30 p.m. on Fox.
That's why it's at 2:30.
That's why it's at 2:30. Thank you, Fox.
Thanks, Fox.
But we also
Thanks for
play
giving a Fox about us.
ah, but we also play a 2:30 game on April 4th,
Yep.
which is not a nationally televised game.
No.
Yeah, that's an
You think
interesting
they
one.
figure it's gonna be cold, so earlier in the day? Yeah,
Maybe.
but then again, February 28th, March 14th, all later than
Yeah,
2:30.
everything else looks like a 7:30 kickoff, except for the last game is like 5 p.m. But the other thing that to keep an eye on is the um I guess the distance between games between May and July. May
May and
23rd.
August. It's a 3-month jump.
You're talking about home game though. I'm talking about just games in general.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're gonna go home, obviously May 16th to what'd you say, August 15th. That's
Hmm.
that's 3 months. That's
that's
ridiculous.
massive.
Um, so and I heard a lot of complaints from the RSL fans saying, "Bro, I'm not gonna have a game to go to during the whole summer," which is strange
You
for
have the World
RSL.
Cup. You have the World Cup to watch.
But still,
Yeah,
I mean, we're what? How many home games did we have this past July? Like 5 home games in July,
yeah.
correct.
something like that. So the
Where?
fact, yeah. Now that we have nothing, but I commented in the Facebook message group, whatever, that this is like almost like training for
I was
the
in
upcoming schedule.
2027. Yeah, because we look that our first home game is August 15th. So I saw a lot of comments saying, "Oh, we're not going to get a firework game."
We're
Probably
not
not.
getting a firework game.
Probably not.
At least not a 4th of July firework game. They can have fireworks for other reasons.
True.
I wonder though, maybe the city won't let them have fireworks. But then again, maybe yeah. That sounds dumb. Never mind. Erase that comment. That's they'll probably they'll probably have them. Let's see what else. I mean, what's our heaviest home game month?
May.
Mm,
September.
May
No,
has
September.
3.
September is
Home
September
four.
is 4.
September has 4,
Yeah, April's
and
three.
well, we have 2 West, 2 East in the month of September.
There's a lot of 3 game in 7 days weeks. Um,
Yeah.
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
fact, there's yeah, September has it. September 5th, 9th, 12th. Um, April.
Well, same thing in the month of October.
Yeah, in fact, this is going to be a crazy October. October has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular season games in October.
Jeez.
That is crazy. You want to
And I'm
come
sure
down to
you
the wire? There it is.
and I'm sure you guys already saw Rocky Mountain Cup once again is just 2 legs.
Ooh, brother. Ooh. When's the first leg?
Ew.
First leg is in May.
Correct. May 16th,
Last leg.
August 29th.
Oh, okay. Oh, we play. All right. Obviously, this is just our initial reactions. We're looking at it kind of live, just like you guys. So,
Yep.
we're gonna give full out breakdown of this, obviously in January, closer to when the season starts. That's how we're gonna know exactly what our predictions are, where we're gonna finish, how teams are gonna
Yep.
line up. But
But I
initial
think
reaction,
the one thing that I'm kind of confused about is they dropped the schedule for every single team before the MLS Cup is even done. This didn't happen last year.
I mean, think about it. MLS Cup is running late even now,
Mhm.
which is weird. And it's going to run later next year as well because of the World Cup. February 21st is only 3 months away.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
so fast.
Because last year we got the schedule mid-December.
do you think though that maybe they're doing this to I want to say get ahead of the curve of the other announcement that was made about Don Garber, about him stepping down as GM or GM. What is it?
A
Whatever.
commissioner.
Commissioner. That's what it is. Commissioner.
Why?
I think it's one less thing to worry about as we get closer to the official off season. That's when they can start looking and start focusing on actual finding a good enough commissioner to lead the MLS. I don't know. I'm trying to think of excuses. I'm not sure why they would release it now. Not gonna lie, I'm not sure. I like it though.
I like it.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't. I mean, there's some complaints that like what you just said, MLS Cup isn't even done. It's like, well, for me, RSL,
I don't
it's
know.
been done for a minute.
Well, for me, those teams that are still in it, it just takes away that focus, and still you need to still focus on your playoffs, and just they're more looking ahead to 2026.
I was just about to make a dumb comment. I was about to say, did any of the teams that are in the playoffs announce their schedule? And I was like, Miami, duh, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Um, but man, I mean, it is what it is. I think the fact that there isn't an extra team in there, I think helps because having an expansion team, obviously there's some other logistics, and probably that's why it took longer during other
For sure,
season.
for sure. No, 2026 is going to be an exciting season. The fact that we get Messi in Miami, and then we get a third kit come after the World Cup.
Third kit, third kit, third
So
kit.
Well, not to
More
2020
mention,
money spent by me. What?
yes, not to mention we have to get a new home kit.
that's true. So
We get a new
we
home kit. I'm
get we don't have to. We get.
No,
haven't seen it yet. None of us have seen it. But
it
what we
has
hear
it
down the
has to be.
grapevine, they say it's one of the greatest kits.
Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Tyler.
Really? You
Yeah,
wait. You obviously you guys know more than I do. Can you guys give us anything else?
That's all we
that's all
know.
we know.
Rumor has it. It's gonna be sleek. It's gonna be fire.
Um, I speaking of which, that's the fire. That's why I thought that was gonna be a kid announcement because I thought, well,
Mm.
we're red and yellow. I mean, we can throw some flames in there. I don't know
And we're not the Chicago Fire.
that, and then I thought that, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So since Don Garber is leaving, um, I guess we should talk a little bit about him and I mean, very little because really there's not much to talk about him besides the amount of growth that he has allowed in this league, in terms of teams, in terms of popularity, we'll call it. Um,
As much as we despise Gondarber on this show, there's definitely some pros that he's brought to it. Being able to expand the league to where it is now at 30 teams, bringing Cincinnati, San Diego, Portland, Philly, all these teams that nobody expected to have a team. You got to give a shout out to him for that because that's pretty cool.
I also need to recognize that you called him Gondarber without even missing a step. I think that's what you're calling him from now on.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's earned that title.
Gondarber.
Should we
Um,
send him a shirt?
as a
Congrats
thank
on your
you.
retirement.
He deserves one.
Um, but one of the biggest, probably the biggest implementation in this league that has happened so far is what has just happened this past week in the schedule change.
Mm.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Um, the schedule change, there has been mixed feelings. But real quick, as an overview, the way I understand it, it's already been outlined, but it's going to be a mid-February. All right, let me start from the beginning of the season, I should say. It's going to be mid-July-ish, all the
Hmm.
way until beginning of December. Winter break from December until mid-February. Picks back
Correct.
up mid-February all the way until May when the season concludes. I'm
Now,
assuming
beginning of April is when the season concludes, and then playoffs.
right. Overall season concludes in May due to playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, I guess initial thoughts, Marcos. Initial thoughts on the schedule change.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. We're now in line with the rest of the world, Europe, South America, because we look at Argentina, we look at Brazil, they follow the same exact thing as us. Mexico will follow the same exact thing as us. So we don't have to worry about none of that. So transfers, all that will be right online.
I mean, yeah, not wrong on any of that. I mean, Christian, what do you think?
Still not a massive fan. Um,
Say it. I
I mean,
mean, give us. What do
well,
you got?
one of the biggest things weather-wise, yes, that's why they have the winter break in there. But weather-wise, that's going to change a lot of when games are played. RSL is going to be very heavy at home at the beginning, at the end of the season, but the middle of the season between November and I dare say April, it's going to be almost all exclusively away games because
Yes, I could probably see that. I mean, it seems logical. I mean, definitely November,
it
December, February for
it's
sure.
it's not conducive to the home fans of the teams that are affected by an actual winter.
Yes, but how often have we had an actual winter here, at least in the valley?
Like
I mean,
one in the season, like for like 2 games in a season.
but right
No,
now that doesn't matter because our schedule doesn't line up with winter. Um, with it aligning with winter now. Again, this is not just an RSL problem. It's gonna be RSL, Colorado Rapids, New England Revolution,
Minnesota,
probably Minnesota, oh, definitely Minnesota,
Minnesota,
you know,
Toronto
Toronto. I'm not going to include Vancouver, but the Ohio teams
also, Kansas
like
City.
Kansas City, like this is going to affect a lot of teams. And with
I
the
could,
unpredictability of winter, thanks to global warming in some effect, right? I
yeah.
mean, that's just gonna they're gonna either cancel games or we're gonna see a lot of orange ball games. Or I can even see the team like, hey, we're playing RSL versus Kansas City down in Oklahoma City because there's no snow in Oklahoma, and we're gonna give Oklahoma the chance to have something positive for once. Or
Yeah. The only thing I could really see them doing after the winter break, if Minnesota, Kansas City has so much bad weather, is let's go play your first couple games in a warmer climate. San Diego, LA, Miami, for those harsh winter teams. That's the only thing I could really see the league doing just to help them out.
I don't know. Look, guys, I'm probably the opposite. I think that if fans can attend games in Glasgow and Newcastle, up in the northern UK, heck, and even if we're going to talk about Norway, Sweden, all those other leagues, and heck, you can even talk about the Bundesliga that you've seen snow games, you've seen freezing cold games. They're not prone to not having snow. I mean, the weather affects them as well, and yet you still see fans. I think we've been coddled here in the United States as a league. And I think it's time after 30 years that we need to align with the world. I mean, we've had 30 years to build a fan base. If you're not willing to follow your team and granted, you can spend your money how you want. I don't care. But the I think lining up and supporting your team, rain or shine, is part of the fan experience. You and I think again, we've been coddled a lot here in the MLS by having our season literally spring, summer, fall. We've never had to deal with winter, whereas everywhere else in the world, at least in the northern hemisphere, has had to deal with winter games.
And that's what kind of worries me going into 2027. We're going to see who are the true RSL fans, who wants to come out when the weather is the harshest, who wants to really truly support your team.
Well, to be a little bit of devil's advocate here, why do we have to? We shouldn't have to endure crappy weather just because the rest of the world does.
No, no, no. You're
And
totally fine.
to be fair, our winters are way harsher than anything in England. Scandinavia, I could give them equitable winters, but Northern England, harsher than us.
I wouldn't put it past it. And here's the thing though. We don't have to do it. We don't have to put up with bad weather. But for growth's sake, you have to line up with the rest of the world. I mean, the fact that, for example, the example that we RSL fans are going to live with is the Gomez transfer. If Gomez, if we would have been lined up with the rest of the world, Gomez would have been off preseason. We wouldn't have had to deal with trying to figure out who to replace Gomez with, or he would have
Fair.
gone mid-season transfer in December. But the fact that he went mid-season for us and beginning of the season for someone else was supposed to benefit off of him, and we lost.
Fair.
So
Now, I will say this: if I'm proven wrong and it works well, then I am proven wrong and it works well. I'm just I'm just giving my thoughts.
yeah, I mean,
That
valid.
I see the positives. I also see the negatives. For me, the negatives outweigh the positives for right now. If it changes and I'm proven wrong, then I will be okay with being proven wrong.
But I do like with this new schedule change, I think they're going to do, what is it, 15 game little season or 17 game little season before we start the actual season. So I like that idea, that concept of it.
Eh.
I like it. It's going to feel like decision day every single game where we're going to figure out who are the contenders compared to the pretenders. And it's going to be a little preview what we're going to expect going into the actual 2027 season.
Yeah, for me it makes sense, especially because they're using it for like Open Cup and CONCACAF qualification. They're giving a purpose to it rather than just like, hey, it's COVID 2.0.
For sure.
Like COVID tournament rather 2.0, not the disease. But it makes sense to me in that context because we got to set up the new season somehow. We can't have 5 months of no soccer. That's not conducive for the league itself.
True story.
So
No,
Uh,
I'm excited for that to come about 2027, but we got a 2026 season. Awesome that we have the schedule out. April 22nd, like we mentioned, huge game, but there's a lot of fun games on the schedule. So you guys find which game you want to go to and make sure you get your tickets because they're going to go fast because we need to
a-
pack AFF this season.
and if you're one of those people like, hey, I want to go see Messi in Miami, your best bet if you're not a season ticket holder, get one of the packages, go to multiple
Definitely.
games. It includes a Royals game as well, and the ladies need to
Absolutely.
support as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which, if we had more time, I'd want to talk about some of those roster decisions because bro, some of the players I let go, I'm like, what are you
mm-hmm.
doing?
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. So those are our opinions. This is gonna be a short episode, but we just wanted to throw out our opinions because there's too many like big news things going on. So that's gonna be it from us. So Marcos, you know what to do.
If you guys are not already, I don't know why you're not. Head over to TikTok, head over to X, head over to Instagram, follow us at the RSL Bros. Catch us wherever you catch your podcasts on Apple and Spotify, and watch us on YouTube.
Guys, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Hopefully there's a lot more RSL news, but if not, until next time, peace out.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.